Today's Wiser is all about the small steps that you can take to change your life. Let's get wiser together. Let's dive straight in with the wisdom. Small changes don't feel powerful in the moment. They feel slow and almost insignificant. But over time, small steps don't stay small. They compound to make big, meaningful change. Let's dive into an illustration, and it's a little play, a rework of one of my favorite ones I've done before. It's about the power of small changes. Little by little, a little becomes a lot. We often underestimate how much our small daily actions influence the bigger picture, right? At first, your choices feel like nothing. We think that one small drop won't make a difference. But given time, the bucket fills and even overflows. Your actions can have a similar impact. You can make a big, meaningful difference, even more than you could probably have imagined by merely taking a small action towards your goal today. Let's look at a saying that complements this, and it actually comes courtesy of an author that I got the pleasure of meeting at the House of Commons this month. The quote goes that quick fixes won't change us, but small, consistent steps in the right direction just might help us to embrace authenticity and live the fullest lives we can. So that comes courtesy of Patrick Regan, OBE. He's a phenomenal man, and I encourage you to check out his work. But in particular, these words are powerful. This particular quote is taken from his latest book, his new book, Small Steps for Big Change. And I love how he highlights the idea that we can live life to the fullest. Many of us think that we might not deserve to have a full life, but the choices that you make today can help you to get one step closer to experiencing that. So park your baggage, your pain, your trauma for a second and ask yourself, what's one small step that I could take today to have a big change? Let's unpack this further with today's explanation. We live in a world that likes the quick fixes. Transform your life within 30 days, or lose weight fast, achieve overnight success. But deep down, we know that it's not really how things work. It's not really how meaningful change works. Real change is typically slower, often quieter, and probably less glamorous. It's choosing to show up when you don't feel like it. It's making something slightly better, that decision slightly better than it was the day before, and it's sticking with something long enough to see it actually grow. And here's the truth. Small steps don't feel like progress in the moment, right? It's often only in hindsight that we get to recognize just how impactful these small actions really were. So if you want to start experiencing that big, meaningful change in your life, here are 3 ways that you can start implementing that today. The first is to focus on direction, not speed. You don't need to move fast, you need to move forward. In fact, it's even the smallest step in the right direction counts. The second is to make the steps so small you can't avoid it. Lower the barrier. If you're writing a book, instead write 1 page. If you're trying to run a marathon, start with running for 1 minute. And if you're trying to build that big online presence, start by publishing that 1 post today. Small steps build momentum. And then if we move on to the last one, it's to trust the accumulation effect. You won't always see the results straight away, but that consistency does compound, so keep going. And eventually those drops will turn into something surely significant. You don't need that breakthrough moment, you need a pattern of small steps. Now, if you want to work out how today's principle of wisdom fits into your life, I encourage you to reflect on these 3 journal prompts. The first is, where am I waiting for a big change instead of taking a small step? The second is, what's one small step that I could take today to have a big change? And the third is, am I underestimating the impact of consistency in my life? If you want to learn more about the life-changing habit of journaling, check out journalwiser.com. But for now, let's move on to today's resource. And it's something I've already mentioned. It's Patrick Regan, OBE's new book, Small Steps for Big Change. Much of Patrick's life has been dedicated to supporting people to manage their mental well-being for the better. So he's got a history of helping people through charities, going into prisons and supporting individuals there. His previous book, Brighter Days, was a phenomenal one, and I'm confident that this one, Small Steps of a Big Change, will be just as impactful too. If you are a keen reader, I encourage you to reflect on reading this book. In particular, it is a guide through overwhelm, and I've already had the pleasure of giving away a copy to someone on the train on the way back from the book launch, and I encourage you to consider reading this. And if you really want to enhance your experience of reading it, I encourage you to check out the Big Community Read. It invites individuals, groups, small communities to read together and to reflect and ultimately to grow. It's got a few different resources to help complement the reading experience, and I'm sure it will be just as impactful for you. So if you would like to experience this growth about how these real world stories can help support your mental well-being, I encourage you to check out more about the Big Community Read with the link in the description. And don't forget to pre-order a copy of this book before the 15th of May. I think it comes out somewhere in and around there, but you can learn more with the link in the description. Thanks for checking out today's video version of Wiser. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments and consider subscribing because I've got plenty more coming soon. And if you want to receive these insights straight into your email inbox each and every week, check out wisernewsletter.com to subscribe for free. And don't forget to check out this playlist here for more videos. I'll catch you in the next one.